But anyway, we are doing Creator Clash tonight. So Creator Clash, just a bunch of guys, some of them creators trying to do some different content related to VV. So to start, last round we did kind of like a set roulette. We found that like the power level was actually it was higher, I would say. Um, and there was like some innovation and some decks that were just like, oh, this deck's like really good. So to be on like I think an even better playing field, but still like interesting content wise would be what we tried to do today, which was just it was like plain constructed. So what we did is we picked Ravnica. So any card printed in any of the Ravnica sets was legal in the sense of VV, and that's how we kind of got to got to brew in our decks today. So right now, I'm still waiting on one of the deck lists. We're somebody who's been kind of inactive today, so waiting on their deck list. But I built two decks that I thought were really interesting, really kind of like piqued the neuron, and I let the Discord vote on which deck I should play, and it is not this one. This is the one that I liked, but I decided, I guess, I'll go with like what the Discord said. It was almost like unanimous for the other deck, but um, yeah. So this deck though, a couple things. One, Bolt was legal in the clue set for Ravnica, so between that, Skullcrack, Skewer, Light Up the Stage, I was like, okay, so there's like a lot of really good burn things to do. Seal of Fire is a really good enabler for Light Up the Stage, Skewer, and even like Storeblood Berserker, which like this card I think was in Clue or something too. This was in some like odd like Ravnica set. You got Cackler, Ash Zealot. Um, this card Scarlet is like insane. I've been trying to jam this in decks, but unfortunately she's like a little bit pricey at like $6. However, if you look, we have a lot of money. I don't think it was. I think it was in. No, I didn't want that. How do I view details? Yeah, it was in Clue Edition. But because the only actual like standard set was legal one was 2012. Um, but I thought this deck looked sweet, just straight up like 20 land aggro. I kind of liked my sideboard choices. I feel like that it was pretty solidified. I think the sideboards for this were a little challenging to do because like I felt like Bant Wreck, well not even Bant Wreck, but just like Wilderness Reclamation in general would have been really good. Red would have been really good. Um, Gates are really good, so I kind of built my sideboards off of that. But yeah, this deck was pretty pretty good, I would say, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to play it. Um, sorry, I need to send a text real quick. But yeah, so this deck though, I was kind of excited to play this. Um, I think it had some pretty good legs, but instead we're playing Watch Wolf. So um, the other thing that really kind of like hit my brain was Watch Wolf, Loxodon Smiter, Call of the Conclave, just like oversized beaters for like cost. Um, and there's like a lot just in like kind of like green white stompy, like Pelt Collector, Experiment 1. Voice Resurgence is a buck 50, but we get to play 4 because the cost of the deck's so low. We're playing 3 Gideon Blackblade. He's a pretty good beater too. So we're just trying to like outsize um whatever's happening, right? Advent of the Worm. Pretty spicy. One Temple Garden. We had the budget for we had a budget for the one of $8 Temple Garden. Um, and I think the sideboard for this is pretty good too. Like hard hitting question. I think this is just the best prey upon now at this point. Um, for like the aggressive decks, Knight of Autumn, pretty versatile. Gnawhide Ferox. I kind of want this for like gates and just like any control deck. Rootborn for sweeper decks. Skylasher for blue and for the red decks. Just Thunder Growth. This is mainly for Wilderness Reclamation, but anything else that hits. And then Arc Bow also for those decks, just so that way you could kind of be flash speed, um, converting cards in your hand to creatures. But yeah, I mean, overall, like just kind of beaten with this. But I'm pretty excited about this. This is like nostalgia magic, like experiment one into like Call the Conclave and a Smiter. But yeah, excited about this one. And we'll get into some other decks that people are playing. Start talking about those. So this is Duncan's. So Duncan is playing just straight up kind of like Orsov mid range. Has some good walkers. This card, I forgot about how much this card annoyed me in standard. So I'm a little nervous about this of Sorin. But for Basilica Belhaunt, I played this card a lot in standard too. This card's really sweet. Gets to play 2 Dark Confidant with the budget he has. Um, Gutter Bones. What is Gutter Bones even doing here? 10th District Hero Suite. Interesting. I remember reading this topic. This topic, I'm gonna like, it's gonna get played against me, and I'm gonna read it again. But just some discard. Council's Judgment was in the clue set, which is pretty cool. I mean, there might have been a world where we're supposed to play like 2 on the board for the Selesnya deck. I'm not 100% sure. But pretty sweet. Overall, Dreadhorde Invasion, kind of like your Bitter Blossom impersonation. The one thing that like is really tough for a lot of these decks, and you kind of like see it here too, is like the mana, because Shocklands were so good in Ravnica, is like so bad. Even in like the clue sets and things like that, like there's really not a whole lot. So playing Basilica and like Ballroom, like I'm actually wondering if like Krenko's Buzz Crusher is like just only good against gates. Like if I was playing the red deck. Anyway. This is Dude's list, and I'm a little nervous about this because I almost boarded Rest in Peace in the list, but I was like nobody's probably gonna be like doing anything that I need to care about the graveyard. And if they are, I can probably just be like bigger than them. Um Insidious Roots, I forgot, is a Ravnica card. But this card is very good. So able to trigger with Dredge. So gets it into play, gets a dredger in the yard, picks up Stinkweed Imp, for example, to dredge. Roots triggers, makes an 0-1, puts a counter on it. Um, that's really good. Lawless Troll to bin your dredgers from hand. He gets Narc Amoebas, gets to play 3 Pack Rats. Um, you know, both Rubble Belt Maverick and Snarling Gorehound are both staples of Hogak in normal VV. Gets to play 8 here. So those are really good. 3 Creeping Chill. It looks like the 4th is in the board. Probably more grindy than like full on like Dredge where they're trying to like mill them ASAP, um but this deck's really sweet. This is a really sweet take. And we have Sultai Reclamation. So let's talk about this. We got Grazer and Oracle. Man, I forgot Coiling Oracle too was like Ravnica. We could be Coiling Oracle people. But yeah, so just Wilderness Wreck, Remands, Growth Spirals, Clutch of the Undercity. This card looks a little crazy, but it's 3 mana to tutor for Wilderness Wreck, which is pretty good. It's uncounterable too, so but just some really good removal, like Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Long Goodbye, Deadly Cover Up. Our goal against this deck is to just hope it's a lot of tap lands against us. Just because there's, what is this, 14, 14 tap lands out of the 20. 20 lands is also kind of low, especially in your Arboreal Grazer list. So this is Plasmas. Plasma's a really good player. Mainly plays Nadu in VV, but yeah, no Rakdos list right now. I mean, Ghost Quarter. Forgot about Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter versus Gates. Let's go. Interesting. But yeah, so but pretty sweet list. Pretty sweet list overall. I figured we'd see some Wilderness Reclamation just because it's really, really good. Wow. Josh, thanks for the follow. Follower goal met 80. Can't believe it took you so long. All right, we got heat incoming. Heat incoming. So Fork sent me his list when I was kind of stuck on what I wanted to play. And he sent me this, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, this is, so we are doing some cool things. Essentially, this deck mainly revolves around two things, and I might be missing some things, but mainly two things. Incubation Druid, right? So you get a counter on it, it taps for 3 mana of one color. Did he get hit by a bazooka? Incubation Druid taps for 3 mana. Graft Mage, 2 mana untapped target creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. So you're netting 1 mana every time. After you net 1 mana, you have a couple different outlets here, right? One, you have Guild Mage, so make your opponent discard their hands, make you draw your whole hand. Could make an infinitely big Hydroid Krasis. Neoform tutors for the Incubation Druid. You get the sack Biomancer or Judge's Familiar. Comes in with a counter on the start of your thing. What else? Oh, Cryptic Coat. Cryptic Coat, you could do like infinite pickups, put downs. Props, you can make something infinitely big. And just kind of like Remand, Mutation. Gets to put a counter on Druid also. Excuse me. But this deck was cool. I saw this. I was looking through this and I'm like, okay, like I'm glad we're doing some cool things too, instead of everybody just registering Reclamation. Because I like none of this was on my radar. So I'm not playing a red deck. However, Drake is playing a red deck. His is a little different than mine. He did go for Foundry Street Denizen. I didn't want to do Denizen because I couldn't play Legion Loyalist because it was like $6. But he is playing like the 2 Scarlet, playing 4 Steamkin, was playing Storeblood Berserker. A couple things to talk about here too is like, also this was submitted like days ago, so that's like, it's also probably not updated to cheapest right now. Only 3 bolts, 3 light up the stage, 19 lands, kind of like that. It might be a little tough though, because like there's only 20 mountains in the board, and then there's like these couple like 4-drops. Like that's 6 4-drops you're bringing in some of those matchups. And I know they go long, but like it seems kind of like tough. But I figured there'd be a red deck. The red deck seemed very good. No Seal of Fire though. No main deck Skullcrack. So definitely just like kind of creature oriented. Just trying to beat them down. All right, and then the last one, like I said, I'm still waiting on Vipers. Yeah, I know. I want to play Stormblood Berserker, but like we just can't. Gates. Figured we would see Gates, and we did. So normal Gates package like Ram, Colossus. Hate this art. Gates Ablaze. Just play Bold, Growth Spiral. Wilderness Wreck with Gates is gross. Guild Summit, Crackling Perimeter. Whose is this again? Pizza Maw. This just might be the best deck. Gates is just like really good into like lower power decks as long as they can't, or as long as they can survive, right? And then like post board, like 3 Gatekeepers. Picker Poison isn't really, I think, doing too much into like a lot of the aggro decks that we saw. Can just jam a Krasis early, even just to like draw a card, gain a life, and block. Fire Spout's there. Um, this deck just might be the best one. But we'll have to see. So all right, so Viper is here, but um, we're just waiting on his list. Yeah, I know. That was like there was a lot of nostalgia for Stormblood that I was just like I really just want to play this card. Um, I don't know if I have a favorite deck. Yeah, I mean this should probably have Expansion Explosion. Like you can probably like you probably don't need these crackling perimeters in the main, so these could probably be Expansion Explosion. I think overall, like in terms of like style points, I think it's either Dutes or Orcs list that I think is like the most interesting. Like once again, like I don't have Rest in Peace because like I just did not think that people were going to be dredging. Like I know that you could dredge because you have like Narcomoeba Creeping Chill, but not having like a Faithless Looting effect. Um, this list, I'm hoping this is competitive with the other ones because it's definitely the most sweet. I think the worst part about this deck is that you got to play it online, so making the infinite mana with Druid is going to be like annoying. Um, but like if we were doing this in paper, this is probably my top one. Your top one, you're voting for the list we haven't seen yet. If I was looking at decks that I think like I think the red deck's really good. I think a lot of this is literally just because it's going to be a 3 round event. I think a ton of it is just going to come down. It comes down to like who sits down against what. Like I think this deck would have a hard time against the red deck, but at the same point, like if you might just be able to do your thing before like you get like gates blazed. Um, Same thing with like this one. Like there is like removal, but there's not a ton, right? Like there's Council's Judgment, Oath of Kai, and like Long Goodbye. Long Goodbye's only instant speed one. So like, oh, where'd it go? Uh, this one just might be good into like the black white one at least initially. So kind of interesting. I'm trying to think what else. Like I had like some things I'm considering, but there's some cool things here though. Like like I remember Gather Courage from like I think it was like Origin Standard or something. For some of the beatdown decks. but like Gerd putting counters on some of our guys is relevant, like Experiment One and Pelt Collector. So like if you go Experiment One into like Dried Millet Gerd, like that's still a pretty good start. Now you have like a 3/3 and a 3/2 on turn two. Um, it's also like Gerd on a Gideon's like kind of nice. It's just a 5/5 like on your turn at all times. I don't know how many times we're gonna get to see the one of Temple Garden. I don't know how much MTGO helped us out. We were talking some other ideas for like the next Creator Clash too. Like Tarkir seems like a really cool one. We also talked about picking all the shard sets. So all three of them that all three of them that were like tricolor like build around would be cool. Pizza Mott, thanks for the follow, buddy. Another thing was like we determine the sets and then it's like you get these two colors, you get these two colors, you get these two colors or whatever. Pick your poison interesting. I mean, there's like a lot of what two, maybe not as many as I know. There's at least 3 people playing Pick Your Poison, which is interesting because like, ooh, all the Innistrades would be cool. What would I just probably play vampires. I'd either play zombies or vampires. I think because like if you do vampires, there's like a bunch of different lords. There's like at least what is there 8 to 12 lords. Plus you get the vampire like type of land. Stromkirk Noble on one. But then if you play zombies, you get like Diregraph Ghoul and like Gravecrawler on one. What are your 2 drops? I don't know what your 2 drops are, but like, oh, you get Champion of the Parish too? Zombies just gotta be good. Oh, you get Spirits. You get Spirits too. You get Mausoleum Wander. You get Spell Queller, Rattle Chains. Innistrade's kind of cool. I feel like we would just all be playing Typal decks. All right, I'm hoping that Viper gets his list in so we can pull it up before the event starts. Humans, I think humans might be tough because I think Champion of the Parish and Thaler's Lieutenant are both like kind of going up. I think Thaler's Lieutenant's playable, but like, what else do you get in humans that's cheap? I know they live there. That's true. Oh, Kessig Malcontents. Wait, isn't there? Yeah, you can go gather the townsfolk. Whoo! Gather the townsfolk, and then there's a 3 mana one that makes like 3 humans and gives them haste. Ooh, Moon Mist. You could do Delver Runechanter's Pike. Innistrad, but everyone has to play a creature type. What other things are there? So there's spirits, zombies. Oh, is there like a demons? I don't know if you could do like demons. You know what could be interesting? Not specific to Innistrad, but all of EV. Everybody puts in a creature type. And like you can veto if it's like if somebody goes like Homerids. If you're like Homerids, it's like, okay, no. Like you gotta try something harder than that. Everybody puts in a creature type. We roulette. Ugh. But everybody gets one of those randomly, and then you got to build a list off it. List is posted. Spiders for me, dude. I would play spiders. I would play. I would play Dread Return, and then bring back Arachnus Spinner, so that way I can tap my spiders and search for the web that like pacifies something. All right, so we got the last list. So this is Brock's favorite list. He said that this is the one that he was going to vote for. So it's Grawl. It looks like Grawl stuff so far. We got the Mole God, Burning Tree Emissary, Burning Tree Shaman. Arachnus Spinner was like my second intro deck. I had an intro deck that was the Phyrexian Green Hydra from Mirrodin Besieged. And then also I'm doing this wrong. And then the second one was Arachnus Spinner. Dude, Skargan Hellkite. Ugh. My queen. This list is cool. Josh, I'm not sure if you're still in here, but this list screams you. Rorik Thar in the board. What's up, Mark? Yeah, we're doing Creator Clash tonight. So we're just doing the decks right now before we play at 7. Some of these splits, like I wonder if oh yeah, some of these are prices. Here's the thing. So he's got Mole, right? He cuts this Mole. I guarantee that this can be a stomping ground. Yeah, he's also got God Eternal Ronus. So I know it's like I said, you could cut the Mole and the God Eternal and play at least one stomping ground. This is cool though. So we got a pretty nice spread of deck lists. So we got 3 minutes and then we're gonna be starting. What do we think the record's gonna be? I'm thinking 2-1. I'm trying to make a comeback from the first Creator Clash. I think the deck that will win like everything now. I think it'll be like one of the rec decks or Gates. I think they have like the best chance. Just because they're doing like the most unfair thing. Okay, we got round 1 up. We're playing against Plasma, who was on Sultai Rec. Chateau baby. Plasma does have some sweepers, which we need to be aware of. It's alright. I also like that we're not super weak in the Arboreal Grazer. Because a lot of our things are 3 power, get to 3 power relatively easy. Our biggest thing is we just need to try to put pressure on early. He's got some decent removal. He's got 7 2-mana removal spells, but he's only got 6 of his 20 lands that enter untapped. So we might be able to just kind of put the pressure on early. Sideboard, there's got 4 Rituals, 2 Crowd of Carnarium. This one might be tough. Might be tough. Plasma's still getting his stuff rented. So just waiting on that. So rad. What if everybody else is playing it that we can just watch? Oh my god, Fork, no watchers? Can you believe this guy? We're gonna watch Drake because he's playing the red deck. Drake has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever here, which is blow up this Basilica. He doesn't have any land destruction. In the main, actually. I think he's got Buzz Crusher on the board. We have a Steamkin on 2. On 3, we have Atomic. Okay, see, I said I'm gonna. So what is this? Flying Vigilance 2/4. Whenever an opponent attacks with a creature, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking, that opponent loses 3 life and you draw a card. Interesting. That card's kind of good. Why did this card never see play? Ooh, Bellhaunt. Ooh. Mark, thanks for the sub, the Prime sub. Feel free to spam the chat with Dev Smile. Or we lost the die roll. Pretty good hand. Huh? Oh, wrong deck. Makes you uncomfy? Don't worry, I'll spam it a little bit then. All right, ready to go now. I mean, this hand's kind of cool. This hand's kind of good. We don't have a 1-drop, but an anomaly. Oh, God's favorite child. Oh my god, he had an untapped land. This is tragic. All right, we're more than likely walking into a remand. Maybe a growth spiral. Okay. All right, well, we got the voice resolved, but we're probably walking into a wreck here. Okay, not a wreck, so that's good. I know, isn't it? Like, this is just. Remember 10 years ago, whenever Magic used to be fun? This isn't even 10. Like, it doesn't have the. I was gonna say, does it have the year at the bottom of these? All right, so what we're gonna go to combat first. Smite me, baby. RTR was 2012. Oh my god, dude! You know what I love about Coiling Oracle? Whatever Loxodon Smiter has a unflinching courage on it. In reality, uh, whatever we play unflinching courage on is probably getting killed. Realistically, what do we want to put courage on here? We could put it on. Actually, I don't think we care if this trade happens. I think we just want to try to push as much damage with this. Our hand's also still like fine. Okay, there was a world too where he does trade there, but if he's trading, then like I feel like that's not that bad because it makes me feel like they're less likely to have a wrath. Caduce there's interesting. I don't know if that's like desperation or what. I found the reclamation. We don't want to do anything because if there is a wrath or something here, um, I don't even know what he would have actually. Just more removal. Okay, so we're gonna go for the declare blockers. We're gonna try to advent a worm here, and it's just for lethal. Because if he plays a counter spell, unless he has another removal spell, we still get another body from him. Like if he counters this, it still grows this to a 4. Nice. Okay, we got it. I want these Rootborn defenses. I like these Skylashers. I feel like we're bringing in like 8,000 cards. I don't think I want Night Autumns just because if I'm playing them, well, I don't know. Let's put them here. Let's put them here and let's talk about it. Okay, we have all right. We have 12 cards for Wilderness Wreck. I don't want these unflinching. I don't think we want Gird here. How many hits do we have of this arc bow already? 29. Okay, we have a lot. I kind of want to call the Conclave, which is awkward with the Sundering Growth synergy, but I feel like that's not why we want Sundering Growth. We want Sundering Growth just to blow up Wilderness Wreck. Like, we don't need to get more value out of it. Because I want Watch Whoops for Arc Bow. Maybe it's like this. We'll try this. This hand's okay. We don't have double white for Gideon, but we can discard the Gideons to Vivian's Arc Bow. Right. They're tap lane, so I think we would just want to get the bow in play. Because bow I think is going to be hard for them to deal with. Like, they can have Abrupt Decay, but then if they have Abrupt Decay, it's not killing off one of our threats. All right, we're not in a bad spot to be, because even if we don't draw a white source, we can go end of their turn. We just go like land, attack, end of their turn, tap 4, look at top 4 for any of our creatures. Yeah, so this is fine. Yep, so we see a trade there. And now we're just like, we basically fade Advent of the Worm or this for every turn now. I do think I want to discard this forest first, though, just in case I draw an untapped white source for Gideon. Ooh, that's pretty good. An uncounterable Nullhide, pretty juicy. Now this is going to make our Pelt Collectors pretty big, too. Ugh. Okay, so I don't think we should get cute. I think we just. What does this do again? Vigilance, lifelink, indestructible. We don't need to do that. So we'll put him at 1. Just because, like, Ritual Soot doesn't do it here. Just because, like, Gnawhide's too big. So there's Long Goodbye. We will pay 2. So then we can discard this Gideon to Arc Bow. Dig 5. They've got a Coiling Oracle. All right, so we need something with 4 would be great. Oh, oh, this card is so good. Oh man, GG's. GG's Plasma. Nice. All right, let's check in on. Let's go back to. Well, actually, we caught a little bit of that red. This is Dredge versus Gruul. Let's check that out. So Growth Chamber Guardian was actually a card I was considering for this deck. Because one thing that's cool with oh man, Scrabbling Claws exists too. Like we could have been playing that. You could like gird for battle your Growth Chamber Guardian to like search for another. I want to listen to this. These are all really sweet decks though. This is like first Creator Clash was cool. This was awesome. This thing have trample? It does. Yeah, Fork. Put Watchers on next time. I was trying to see what you were doing. Want to see some honest Vigian Guild Mage. Ah, that's rough. So dude's got 2 cards in hand. He can't really make this pack rat like too much bigger. Dominated being a 5 is like a lot. Because it can make the fight of the pack rat happen here. Okay, so an upkeep discard to the pack rat to get a dredger in the yard. This is after the scrabbling clause disappears. Doesn't hit another dredger though. So Dominated goes down. If I'm Fork here without, or I'm sorry, if I'm Viper here without knowing his hand, it's probably fight here, attacking for 4, play another guy. All these people are playing bounce lands. I was like, I'm not doing it. Not gonna catch me doing it. I'm gonna pray my mana works for my 14 green white 2-drops. I will always have it. Yeah, so we see the fight there. Probably an attack for 4. Viper with 5 cards in hand. Assumingly some bangers. I can't believe I literally brought no Grave Hate. That's kind of crazy. I just assumed there would be nobody, like, that there would be nobody doing anything in the graveyard. What's up, Plasma? GG's. I'm a big fan. Like, I have actual bug rec and normal VV, so I'm a big fan of rec. We did have 12 cards, though, that I initially was boarding in. I think I brought it down to 10. Yeah, we talked about Phoenix. We had a group chat the one night in the Discord, and we're like talking about it, and people are like, "Oh, that you could play Phoenix. Oh, you could play Mono Red. Like, oh, you could do like there was so much that you could do. This was a ton of fun just in the deck building. The last one I just kind of like started to get cross-eyed because there's a lot of good cards. But this one it was like more interesting because it's like there were some good staple cards, but then everything else was like kind of it was more challenging. So yeah, I like Kindred Wheel because like it's cool because like you could pick like elves, right? And elves is good, but it's not like if I put elves in the bucket, nobody would be like, oh, this is too busted, right? Like if somebody puts humans in, it's like, okay, this is kind of boring. I think that was game 2. That was game 2. Let's see if looks like the mono red matchup is still going on. Okay. Yeah, like I would say, but like okay, like here, so like you could pick like knights or like Kithkin as like aggro decks. Like those seem kind of cool. Actually, what creature type is Plague Engineer? Because that one should probably be banned. Oh, this is sweet. EDA Trek Kindred Page Random Generator 8. Actually, Fork, do you want to do that like literally right after stream? Like I can just pull it up on stream here, and I'll do the 8, and then we'll just like have that planned for sometime next month. Pirates. I actually had a Vials pirate list I was working on legitimately. Phyrexian at least. Yeah, Phyrexian is probably bannable because of all the infect stuff. Carrier, what's up, Pizza? Do we probably don't want to do players tonight just because we don't know who's going to be like free or whatever. Demon, yeah, I mentioned Demon earlier. I think that like Demon could be cool. Maybe not 25. What about like 16 to 20? We'll iron out that detail. Yeah, Angels. I think Angels could be sweet. I also did an Angels list. I had an Angels list for VV I was working on too. Because like Metallic Mimic was like really sweet with them. I don't feel like hearing this right now. Man, dude. Duncan's deck just seems annoying to play, yeah, against like an aggro deck, which means we'll probably get paired into them next round. Okay, this one is starting. Yeah, I think that makes sense, like Servo, but I don't think we'll have that problem with like our group. I just think like if you do Phyrexian and it's like, oh, uh only play 16 creatures, then it's like, okay, here's my sweet blue-green Kindred deck of Glistener Elf, uh Bladed Agent, um the Myrrh, and then the one drop priest got Noxious Priest or whatever his name is. Yeah. Ooh, that's an interesting question if we're counting kindred spells. Changelings, I think you can get like actually that's a good question. I think like 4 changelings is permitted. Venerated Raw Pierce, that's what it's called. I think changelings isn't like the end of the world because like there's some types that might be like really hard, like just based off what they are. Like I would be cool with like some niche ones. Like I don't know if Devin's still in here, but like what about giants, right? So like if I can like supplement my curve at like 2 or 3 with like a certain changeling, right? Or maybe my deck colors don't really give me good access to like a certain effect. Yeah, I know you have a list for giants. I don't waste your time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like chopping changeling. If I'm like not like if I'm in like let's say I'm in like not Grixis or like blue black or something. I don't know. I just want to have like the potential access to it. Actually, for could you post that question in like maybe the logistics channel and just be like, hey, oh wait, no, actually, never mind. I forgot we're doing roulette. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Fourth ad break. I'm not even like making money off these. That's crazy. I'll have to look at it. Ooh, yeah, but Fork says get my bag. It's tough. Have you considered ad blocker? I should have asked that question. Like, how prevalent are the ads? I really don't know. Anybody but Servo answer that question. It's pretty often. I'll have to look at it. Wings of Velis Vale. All right, server. I have decreased my amount of ads per hour. Servo has actively reached into my pocket and taken money straight out of my wallet. Have you ever tutored Wings of Velis Vale off Goblin Matron to make Reckless Fireweaver a pirate? No. No, I haven't. Dude's just kind of playing like a bug mid-range game now. Just a turn 5, 6/5 Lilith Troll. He's killed at least 2 creatures. Don't play much vintage, but my dad recently gave me his collection, so I found a few decks from around Revised 4th edition. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, he's got the Quake Mole. We're doing value vintage. We're actually doing a special event tonight where it's only Ravnica sets. But value vintage is decks that are only $30 or less. We have like a little 8-man with any card from a Ravnica set can be used, but only the Ravnica sets. And the normal value vintage restrictions apply. Stop. I think I had the Cake Mole. It's actually insane how good the original artwork looks and how bad this one looks. Like I like when the showcases are like really, really, really awesome, and then it shows this and it's like yeah, older cards are weird because like yeah, power creep like literally every creature on this board wouldn't have been printed 20, oh my god, 30 years ago, I guess at this point technically too. Um but then at the same point like some of those cards are so busted that like they're like okay, we can never print this again. Baby, it's obnoxious. Yeah, sometimes old cards are just like have certain text printed that like they print a new card and it's just like why did they not think of this random card from 25 years ago? There's actually a lot of variants of like Terror and Viper wins. All right, so who won? We had the black white list that won Gates and red green. Ah, we're against Duncan. So Duncan was on the black white list. So I know he has like a bunch of removal. Well, I guess he does have too much. He's got 8 pieces of removal. He's got Blood Baron out of the board though. Don't like that. Carnophage seems alright for what older cards were. I had a Carnophage aggro list for VV. It was just Suicide Black. You obnoxious. Oh my god, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have been talking smack. I shouldn't have been talking smack. I think I got a mulligan. Oh my god, busted? We will keep this. We'll actually bottom. I think Pill Collector is actually the weakest card here. Oh, they mulled too. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. Alright, so Dark Ritual but better, aka Culling the Week. Yeah, Culling the Week. I sold a Culling the Week that I pulled the other day. Another Inspector? No? Oh, we're starting to flood a little bit. Obsidian, what formats do you play? Might be on 2 lands right now. Oh no, it's got a bones. Yeah, but I think this is a reasonable attack. I think turn 2 you don't necessarily have to. Commander, gotcha. So we do have this Advent of the Worm for next turn. The other thing I don't really like is just kind of like leaving it up. I think the best case scenario is we like find a 2-drop. I figured there'd be like a Sorin here. This is only on his turn, right? Yeah. So we could just slam Advent here just to grow the board, or to grow Experiment 1 and then just go at Sorin. Because we got to get the Sorin out of play. In other instances, I would say that I would say we play Watch Wolf, so that way like we get the grow here. How much do we care about keeping? I don't think we care about keeping this Experiment 1 around. I think we can just trade the guys off. Onslaught Wooded Foothills is worth money because of pre-modern players specifically. Yeah, so I figured this would happen. They would like rebuy. I should have voted for my Loxodon Spider. You know, specifically though, like Wooded Foothills, like that's like the only like printing from pre-modern, and those players are like that's a format where like specifically they want like those special arts. All right, we are going to try to kill the Sorin here. Yep. I don't think there's a sweeper. It's just like targeted removal. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know. It depends on like your stores, but a lot of times I feel like people don't trade anymore. There's also just like 8 million printings of cards. I actually don't remember the last time. Well, I guess I've done like kind of odd little trades between friends. Whatever the Sorin is. Okay, Kaya. Kaya's interesting. I know there's like a lot going on in this game, but like I actually don't feel that bad. This might be like a protect the queen situation where yeah, like so we can get the Kaya down to 1. I actually kind of like that play. This also keeps our voice from being double blocked and killed. It makes sense. Just let her die. They could have blocked the Watch Wolf and the Smiter, and she would have went to 1. But then the Kaya's at 1. You have no board. I don't really hate this. Main phase double draw. Might be short on lands. Sword still wet, with sword still wet, with the blood of their dead. Oath of Kaya. Probably killing our voice. So he's at 1,000,000,000 life, but tomorrow we will find. Oh, board so juicy. Did he have the Orzhov sweeper in the board? No, but he has Blood Baron. I just can't beat Blood Baron. Blood Baron boxed his whole board forever. um, no, it's just like council's judgments, things like that. All right, so I wonder if hard hitting question is good. Dude, I'm still big on Blood Baron. Blood Baron's less good because like initiative isn't as great, but um man, his deck's weird. I don't really know what to do here. I kind of like Arcbow still. Convert lands into more threats. No, it's got to be good here. Actually, no, that's not that good. I was thinking like you could like do Gnawhide and like hard hitting question together. But then the problem is Gnawhide, you have to be like we're spending 3 mana to do that, and now this doesn't have hexproof. I don't think I want to do Rootborn defenses. What if we're just like a slower? Oh, you know what? Unflinching Courage is pretty good against Blood Baron. I think I'm going to keep that. I don't know that we want Selesnya Charm. Gerd also seems kind of weird. I mean, it was good on like that one instance, but he does have more removal coming in. We'll try this. See how this does. So answer me. So answer me. Come on, man. Make me feel like. Oh, look at his hand. Oh my god. I think I put a forest on the bottom. I'm on the draw. I'm putting a forest on the bottom. I think we'll hit a land for this. Your pretty little eyes. I think we care more about experiment 1 having the counters. We've so far had this Temple Garden be seen in every game, or every match, I mean. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting a little nervous here. Main phase long goodbye. Interesting. Oh, he wants to play the Basilica. Okay. God, could you imagine him the Torok right now? Mind Rot me. Does he play Mind Rot? Aw, man, he's gonna pick Pelt Collector. This was almost really. Oh wait, it's Exile. I was gonna say. I got really excited. I'm having a ton of fun though. I will say that. I have a feeling that he has Blood Baron in hand, or maybe just Nullhide's just that good because it has the hexproof. Gonna do this main phase. How much is it to collect evidence? So he needs 5 to do the other thing. Becomes what, a 4/4? If he's spending his mana on that, though, I'm fine with that. Because we want to keep these zombie tokens small. Yep. And honestly, like, I feel in a good spot. Like, we just need to not... We need to avoid Blood Baron. Dark Confidant? Brother. Brother, this guy stinks. I was very jealous. He got to play 2 Dark Confidant. Gee, Billy, why does your mom like have 2 Dark Confidant? And we're just going to keep applying pressure. Because the thing that's going to lose us this game is that we give him too much time. Chronicles getting hate in the price market for no reason. I don't even know what's in Chronicles. I think Homerids. Leave that Dark Confidant back. Oh, City of Brass, yeah. You leave that boy alone. You can't do that. He's just a boy. All right, we are exposing ourselves to removal, sweeper, whatever. Okay, it's pretty good. Okay. We got to think here. So, 10th District here is going to be a card that's hard to beat if he levels it up. Kaya's also kind of annoying because we have creatures in a yard. We could swing out at them, but we have no trample. I feel like we have to try to answer Kaya. Because if we try to answer Kaya, like we need to answer Kaya so he doesn't go to gain like a bunch of life every turn. Because we do have him like pretty low. Watch with my beloved. Okay, these blocks actually weren't that bad. I'm surprised at the experiment one vote there because he could have picked Loxodon and Smiter and then take down Kaya and I wouldn't have a board. We're gonna send these in the Kaya. Because he can choose to trade with the worm here. I think he just has to lose his Kaya. Okay, I guess maybe he trades out of that off. We're gonna have 6 here. I might just want to quit. Might just want to quit. Because it has indestructible. Yeah, he might be watching. I don't know. Or he's just super aware of the fact that I have 4 Advent of the Worm. I don't think we have anything for this, so. I don't think I want anything different there. Hi, Nami. We could, like, Selesnya Charm to, like, buff something and give it trample. I don't actually hate that much. Especially on the play. Maybe we like take out these Gideons. We'll try this. Because that board was like pretty full. I would like to go first. No one drop, but hand's pretty solid. Dark Confidence. Pretty good. Pretty good draw. I'm doing a CV trades with it. Probably lose our smiter here. Really? Right, so we're swinging. These are all reasonable blocks. The card's not the end of the world, but the fact that it's just like 4-power lifelinker is like really annoying. So we're gonna do this, probably trades with the Loxodon, or just doesn't care. Yep. Hot baby. I don't think we can beat this. I'm gonna look at my deck list real quick. Yeah, the only non-white things I can do, like we could hit Ferox. I just don't think we can beat this card. We'll wait one more turn because like it's already hard enough for us to beat the 4-2. But like our entire deck is white, basically. But yeah, we have to like hit null hide Ferox like specifically. It's not the end of the world. Man, I can't believe you found Blood Baron so early. That's like super annoying. Blood Baron's super good. I've been saying it for years. I was actually curious to see if this card was actually going to be good, and it like doesn't even matter just because of the Blood Baron. I also don't know if there's just a way we can like even if we hit Nullhide here, I don't think we have a way that like we can't answer this Aurelia. We got to do it now. I guess we'll hit this Watch Wolf. Yep. Good games. Oh, we were the last ones too. I mean, I knew that earlier. Like we can't beat Blood Baron. All right, we are against Viper. So this is the Gruul deck. So we're both just kind of like stompy decks. I think this one's going to be interesting because we don't have white mana. Oh God. I mean, do we keep? I don't want to go to 5. What does he do? He mulliganed to 6. Put one of these on the bottom. We're doing it. We're keeping. We will draw the Temple Garden. I think experiment 1. All for you. I'll take a Gilgate. Show me Gilgate. Experiment 1 is actually what I wanted. We're just going to play all these 1/1s. He's not going to be able to play anything early. And then the moment we find a white source, it's going to be insane. He's going to go Electrickery. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, he didn't even have a 2-drop, bro. We're good. We have so many draws. There are 12 draws in the deck still that we won't block. Wait a minute. Where's his deck? Does he not? I don't remember seeing it. Bro, brother's not playing Gore Clan Rampager. this thing's just gonna be a 4/4. It's like Shame Cast, Spell Collector, and Pass. Legitimately, I think we have to draw Basic Plains or Temple Garden, or we just lose, like, next turn. I can't believe we didn't draw another land. Like, even another forest, I think, would have been like, oh, okay, like, sure. Oh my god, bro, chill. Yeah, we definitely need an untapped land here. That's actually kind of absurd. All right. Was it greedy? Yeah, but like I honestly thought that we would have drawn another white source. He did not have electric. The only thing I think he's gonna board in are bolts. He has 4 bolts. Um, Selesnya Charm's actually probably decent here. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's actually okay. Maybe Knight of Autumn's not that good. I actually don't think this is that good. We're actually like his size. Maybe it's Gird. Girth for battle. What are these hands, man? Dude, we lost a Blood Baron and our deck just gave up the gas. Okay, this one's playable. I'm gonna bottom one of these planes because we took out Gideon's and I need double green for these. If dying is... I'm actually still excited. Like we're gonna do the Typal wheel. Keep bottom. We're gonna do the Typal wheel after this to see what creature types we're gonna do for the next one. Bro, I would love to actually. We're gonna go experiment 1 here. It might get bolted, but if this gets bolted, it's not as bad as our Call of the Conclave token getting bolted. Pretty good. We're kind of in a tough spot here, I think, because our opponent's up on a lot of cards to us. Although we have like 2 pretty big dudes in hand. Yep. He's got to make that thing a 4/4, right? Really? Okay. I'm not gonna attack here as like a like oh like I'm on the defensive. I also like untapped forest here off the top is actually pretty good because it lets us like go like advent play block, and then we get to go like untap punch something and then nullhide. So he could have bolt here, which would kind of suck because then we would be trading up, or maybe actually I think we just trade here. But we still have nullhide in hand, like we're huge. Ooh, nullhide's a little annoying. We can at least play all our nullhide. We will 100% trade here. The funny thing is, like, next turn we have enough mana that we could go, like, this loses all abilities, this loses all abilities, punch. I don't know if I like this. I'm a little worried. I kind of just want to take 6 because I could punch it next turn. Because you could just have, like, a second one. Okay. It was only on his turn, right? Okay. Just 5 mana kill spell. I do want to start pressuring. I don't want to send Ferox in though, just because, like, I do want to, like, leave some type of defense up. He could throw both of these in front. Really? I think this is fine, though. Because we're actually getting pretty close on cards. He has a land in hand. So he's a couple cards up on us. We have Gnawhide, so like that's pretty good. Bring her back or take me with her. Oh my god, this just like kills us, right? Uh can we kill our opponent in like a couple turns? we will we will draw Unflinching Courage right here. Alright, nice, right on time. Okay, so let's think about this. I go to attack the Chandra. All the counters are removed, and I take 5. I think I have to. Because I can't let him, like, draw cards. Yep. Our literal, like, best draws are, like, Unflinching Courage. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. Oh my god, dude. We're so cooked. This is so bad. So he probably ticks up and like makes shot like if I'm him, I'm making Chandra a dragon, attacking me down to 5 so I can't kill the Chandra anymore. Yeah. I think we're Unflinching Courage or bust. We technically like we could kill the Sark in this turn, so it's not like the end of the world, but Unflinching Courage. Please. Please God, I've never asked for anything in my life. That's not the right card. Alright, Nullhide has to go here. I mean, we're dead to... No, we're not dead to Bolt right now. Man, do I care about Bolt more? So if this goes to face, that's... It goes to 17. I don't have anything that buffs 3. He hasn't played a Bolt. I'd imagine he's playing Bolt. This is going at Chandra. We're basically playing that we're dead to Bolt, but what does this do? Oh, okay. I was like Alright, so we're dead to Bolt. We're essentially conceding the Bolt, but this gives us technically more turns than like this fades Bolt. Like this needs to fade Bolt, where like that other play, it's just like, oh, we only have one turn essentially. Got no hide. So interesting right there is that Burning Tree Shaman screws up the no hide Ferox ability. I don't know if we can get out of this one. We're just it's such a low life total. It's definitely not with that. Like Nullhide doesn't have trample, so like we can still jump with like Watch Wolf or whatever, but like we have to try to find unflinching courage. Only one damage to that, yeah. Interesting enough, he's taking damage if he activates his Chandra from his own guy. I could just heard a stink bug hit the wall. Hmm. Yep. That actually saves us, because if he gives that haste, we die. Okay, so unflinching courage does not do it now. You have an experiment one. Uh, I mean, we're just gonna lose to this. I don't have enough butt to put in front of the Spellbreaker. Ugh. Man, that's tough. We didn't even get to watch that many games, because, Alright, so Duncan, the black-white player, was yeah, it was just 3 rounds. He ended up winning. I'm not sure what he played in the last round. So EDH random creature. Or is it commander randomizer or what? Okay, so I don't want this. I want. Or I guess EDH recommended. Typal. Okay. How many types are there? 6. I'm thinking like 50 for the randomizer. Because like 50 still gets like mice, tree folk, giants, thopters. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so didn't like Google just like have one of these? I gotta like go to these sites. Gotta go to one of them sites. All right, so we'll do first one. Fork, if you want to record these while I'm doing it. So first one, 43, 4, 8, 11, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29, 33, 35, 39, 44. Lizards. So we got lizards. 44, 45, 46, 47. Second, we got dwarves. Got dwarves for number 2. 4. Oh, this one's probably going to be good. Eldrazi. Okay. Put Eldrazi. We might have to veto that one. 30, 4, 8, 11, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29. Shapeshifters. Let's reroll that one. 4, 8. 12 is assassins. All right, so we got lizards, dwarves, assassins. 13, 17, 21. 22 is spirits. Spirits is probably a veto since it's just a deck, right? $33. Oh, Myrrh. That's a pretty cool one. So we got Myrrh. 11, 13. What number again? 24. 17, 21, 22, 23, 24 horrors. We got horrors. How many? What number are we at? 5. Okay. 41. So horrors. So 4, 8, 11, 15, 19, 23, 20. Wait, did I do that right? 4, 8, 11, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29, 33, 35, 49. Bears. So we got Bears and Wizards. And then the last one, 25. I think we already did this one. 4, 8, 11, 13, 17, 21, 20. Oh, soldiers? I don't think I said soldiers. So what's that list then? We got lizards, dwarves, assassins, mer, horrors. Wait, dwarves, assassins, mer, horrors, lizards, bears, wizards, and soldiers. So we're gonna get the exact criteria, but we talked about like anywhere from like 16 to 20 creatures with that type required without changelings, and then the rest of it is fine. So some cool stuff there. I wonder if I don't know, some interesting things there, but I'm excited for that one. That one seems really cool. Um, but yeah, so we went 1 and 2, kept a greedy one that didn't pan out obviously because of the mana, and then lost to Blood Baron. Blood Baron's just good against our deck. But this was really sweet. There's a lot of cool decks. I'm super excited for this next one. This will be in like a month probably. I hope I get, what do I want? I don't even know what I want. Myrrh's kind of sweet because I think you can do like Galvanic. I think it's Galvanic Myrrh, which like untaps your stuff. There's like something you could do infinite there. Soldiers would probably be pretty easy. Kind of a banger. But yeah, that was awesome. That was a really sweet one. So, I am gonna wrap up the stream there though. It's still like a little early, but got a lot done in that. So, overall, thanks for watching, you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, this was on Monday. This was on Monday. Once a month, we're doing the Creator Clash stuff on Monday. With these special sets and all that. Outside of Mondays, also streaming on Wednesdays for our Wednesday weeklies. I don't play in the Sunday events, but there are Sunday events as well. You can join the Discord, check that out. I do stream those 3 to 4 rounds. If I play Myrrh, I have to play Alpha Myrrh. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, so we'll all randomly get one of those. So I'll just be given whatever I get. If you are watching on Twitch right now, I am affiliate now, so you can get you could use your Prime sub if you're not using it on anybody else. I am starting to get things for subs. I do have emotes now, and then I have a couple reward point things on the channel. But if you're watching on Twitch, I do have a YouTube that's VVMTG. Same as the YouTube. So all of these streams go up on there, and I do a couple other different videos as well. But I appreciate everybody coming in and watching. This was super fun. Um, really excited to do the next Creator Clash and just to test some more things out on Wednesdays. There's some cool stuff I want to test out still. We did Bug Cosmogoyf last week with 2 Psychic Frogs. That deck was pretty sweet. And then we did Naya Depths the week before. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, Prime sub, all of that stuff. But appreciate you guys coming through, and thanks for watching.